Down by two.
Down by two.
Down by two. Now they're out of timeouts.
Down by two. 1.3 left.
Down two. Gets a shot off.
Down by two.
Birdman did it to them again, cooking up some new beats in the kitchen. My man, dude, that is so fucking filthy, bro. Like, damn, like you do it time in and time out again. You are absolutely gifted, talented when it comes to beats, man. What's going on? Josh Elijah, Birdman. How you doing, baby?
Good. How are you, brother?
Look at us, man. We new beats. We got a new look. Look right up there. Boom. Look at that. New logo, new layout, fresh new look, fresh new everything. Still same OGs. Man, good to be back. It's we took a couple weeks off, but we've been damn busy. So good to be back here with the Down by Two podcast. How's your week going, buddy? How's everything going? Life is good right now. Life is great.
Life is good. Life is busy, but I like it like that.
Busy.
I'm not busy. I feel weird about it.
Yeah, man. Same here, man. Same.
Anxiety.
There's been a lot going on, and we're going to catch you all up to speed. But as we usually do, we talk about and introduce our sponsors and everyone involved in the podcast as well. We got a new little treat for you here too. Not just a new fresh look, not a new fresh beat, but also a new fresh sponsor for us.
Oh yeah.
Here at the pod. And you might have been able to guess if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you might be able to guess what it could be. And you know, some of our boys as well, like there's been some chatter about finally releasing this. It's here. But drum roll, please. Here we go. The Down by Two podcast, brought to you by Crier Media. Visit crier.co for all things DB2 and sports related content. We can't forget about these fuckers right over here. Yup Beer, brought to you by Yup Beer. Visit yupbeer.com to find a location near you. Now available at beer stores and grocery stores across Ontario. These guys right there, just look for those yappities everywhere. $42.95 for a flat of beer. Can't really go wrong with that.
Steal price right there.
It's a steal of a price. And then now, for the first time ever, we are now introducing our new partnership with the one and only indestructible MFG clothing company. Bird, we've been working on this for quite some time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the company that you actually work with on a daily basis as well? We're very excited to be launching this as well. If you're following some of the coverage that we did at the Honda Indy as well, you may be noticing the matching tarps and the sweet setup that they gave us. And I mean, it was an incredible time. But we'll get into that in a little bit, but tell us a little bit about Indestructible, what this partnership is, what it brings, and what you get by listening to this podcast.
Yeah, man. Well, to start, you get 15% off. You scan the old unit right there, and
old unit.
Yeah, it'll take you to the site, and the code is down by two. No capitals, no spaces, just one word, and you get 15% off. And it's a pretty sick deal. I mean, our welcome code is 10% off, so it's a little bit of a bonus here.
Save the taxes right there. I should probably change that.
Exactly.
So I should probably change that. So it says down by two, all one word, lower cases.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you need to know. That's the code. It's a brand started by two of my friends. They both share a passion for tattoo culture and motorcycles. As you can tell, that's a bit of an older logo, but it's very Harley inspired, and
absolutely,
it's a blessing to work with your friends every day and help grow a business that was just started by two guys. One guy sitting in the other guy's chair getting a haircut and just shooting the shit, talking about what could be, like pretty freaking cool to see where it's grown to. And
these guys are
green light to bring it on the show. So
we've been chatting about it for quite some time. So we're stoked to have our own promo code for that and be able to share a little bit of savings as well. Monster sale going on right now too. So make sure you check out the site. Huge sale. We're talking like what, 80% off some stuff?
Up to 80%. Yeah. We're just clearing out all the summer stuff, getting ready for fall. We got some really, really good stuff coming in for fall. As you may have seen, the button-up mechanic shirts. pretty
Yeah.
fire.
Oh, pretty litty titty.
Oh yeah.
Man, and you guys are been based out of Toronto.
Yes, based out of Toronto. I mean, I would say 80% of our clientele is American, so
Yeah.
we're basically an American company at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, fair
Uh,
enough.
but it is what it is. There's just a huge market in the States.
Of
So,
course.
but
Absolutely.
yeah, Canadian based out of Toronto.
And
Warehouse is here, HQ is here.
can you speak to the quality of clothing? I mean, like I for sure can. Like this lid right here
Yeah.
is indestructible. We're always rocking the gear as well. Really great quality. But can you maybe speak a little bit more to it as you are the expert?
Yeah. I mean, we obviously like you have to get your foot in the door somehow. You can't go balls to the wall to start. Probably going to break the bank if you do it that way, but this year and the last 6 months we've really been focusing on quality, and like these hats for example, they're
Hmm.
completely custom made for us. They're not blanks that you can just buy and get your stuff printed on. Like all the measurements, the way it fits, the specs, like they're custom made for us. Those
Yeah.
mechanics shirts, those went through like 4 or 5 different samples for sizing and like design measurements and the stitching, like everything, the buttons, like
Yeah.
we really are going to the next level with the quality right now. And like, you can attest that that shirt is a thick boy. It's a
Tick.
heavy, thick garment, and it's
Oh yeah.
it's good quality. We were
You can tell
sweating
from
our
the like
bags off that day. So
yo,
it was a
it
muggy
was
day, but
humid. Yeah, my tits were sticking together. It
yeah.
was man, it was hot out there, but it was speaking of which, just an incredible time that we had down at the Honda Indy when traveling with the Crier team as well. Lots of
Yeah, we got some
coverage
new
and
tarps.
got the new tarps, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was man, it was great to be able to go down and do that. Really surprised that they asked us to do it out of all people. Especially we don't have much racing experience or knowledge, but we definitely brushed up on our knowledge going into that. Going into that weekend and just soaked it all in, hit a couple bets too.
Yeah.
But just like the backstage access that we were able to get, or being able to go down to trackside, hang out in the pits, talk to drivers, it was incredible. Just an incredible experience, and we'll be doing a lot more events like that. So stay tuned. Lots of coverage coming up as well in the coming weeks, which we're really excited about. But without getting too off topic, once again, Indestructible MFG clothing company. Go check them out online if you're just listening to this. Indestructible MFG.com. Is that correct?
Yep. That's the one.
Yep. Or you just scan that little bitty right down there with the QR code
Yep.
and use promo code D or down by 2.
We're so used to saying DV2 with our other
DV2, yeah,
promos,
no,
but
promo code down by 2 for 15% off your next order. And I believe that just a little insider trading, but I believe that promo code is good every time you kind of go there. So
yeah.
yeah, load up on it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Why
I mean,
not?
hey,
Listen to the show and you'll know about the code. It's the
there it is.
only way to get it. So
Boom. But yeah, man, really stoked to be working with them. And really stoked for just a new fresh feel. We've been waiting to roll this stuff out, and we waited for this episode to be able to launch some of our new sounds, our new new package altogether.
new rollout.
And the new rollout. And we wanted to wait for days before the MLB trade deadline, as that is rapidly approaching here. And we were actually able to land Barstool Sports' very own Frank the Tank Fleming onto the show as he jumps on and chats a little bit about the buyers and the sellers going into the MLB trade deadline. I'm just gonna be honest with you. This was one of our fucking worst interviews that we've ever done. Not that it was like bad, it was just awkward. It was just an awkward sit down with Frank. Very knowledgeable dude. But why don't you just I don't know, Jesse, like what did you think? I mean, it was
I mean, we came prepared, dude.
yeah,
We had questions lined up.
yeah.
I just wasn't expecting just one
One
word
one word
back at
answers.
us. It's like,
I don't think I've ever
All-
seen a
all
guest on
right.
our show text as much as he did. Uh, but
I think
I
he
guess
texted more than he spoke. In all honesty,
look, I mean, like when unpacking, baseball cards is takes a lot out of you, right? So I get it,
oh,
and I guess hey,
man
I
was
mean, like
wiped.
he's gone big time. He's done Barstool Sports, so he doesn't have time for us little guys down here at DB2. But hey, it is what it is. Why don't you guys check it out? This is our latest episode as we sat down with Frank the Tank from Barstool Sports. Cheers. All right. We have another very special guest on the show. I've been chatting with this guy for quite some time now, almost about a year, and it's been a while that we've been back and forth, but finally been able to lock down a time to be able to sit down and chat with Barstool's own Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, my man, how you doing? Thanks so much for jumping on, my dude.
Just getting things ready and
Yeah.
boy, just like I'm getting pinged and binged everywhere, every
Yeah.
direction.
Well, I appreciate your response to our ping and our bing. And as a responsible Canadian here as well, I just want to apologize for the shitty air quality that's been making its way south of the border.
I mean, I don't know. Have you guys figured out how to put out fires yet? I mean,
Dude, no,
I
our
mean, how is
fucking
it burning like this?
country's on fire, and we don't know what to do. And then now the Americans are pissed at us as well. I'm sorry. We didn't mean to do this on purpose. But yeah, just yeah, man, it's good to have you on here. I guess just for some of our listeners and anyone else tuning into the pod here, just maybe give us a little bit of background on Frank the Tank. We've been following you for a bit, but kind of give us some backstory as to where it all started and
Well,
then eventually becoming a mainstay at Barstool.
of course, I went to do broadcasting at Montclair State. That
Mhm.
didn't work out, so I went into the court. I was a court clerk for 16 years. I started the Sports Encyclopedia, and why is I'm just getting pinged from every direction right now.
Tell him to
Busy
fuck
guy.
off for a minute.
But yeah, so I had the New Jersey Transit rant, and
Yeah.
I had the New Jersey Transit rant, and I'm telling these people I'm busy, and they just don't listen.
Do you want me to say something to them?
Ugh.
All good. But yeah, the New Jersey Transit rant, obviously a lot of people do know that, and I guess is that maybe what
Yeah,
catapulted
that got
you.
my foot in the door. I spent the next 2 years doing part-time work, and then in 2020 I got brought on full-time, and it's getting crazier every year. It seems.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
can tell.
I mean, yeah, just even from this interview right now, I mean, yeah, even over the past year, it's been crazy to try and get you on here, but I really do appreciate your time. Just talking, some of your favorite teams. We're gonna get into the Mets. We have to, especially ahead of trade deadline and what have you. But let's dial it back here for a second. Let's talk Dolphins. First of all, why? I always have to ask that with some of my friends that are also Dolphins fans as well. And are you excited moving forward into this season? Myself being a Rams fan over here, you now have Jalen Ramsey. Does that have you excited? Tua as a full sleeve tattoo now. Does that mean he's going to be any better? Like, are you stoked for this season, or
I'm
kind
just
of give us your
hoping.
take there?
I'm just hoping that somehow, some way, uh, Tua is able to stay healthy, and if he stays healthy, the Dolphins should have a really good season.
No, absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, are you feeling comfortable in that division? What
Yeah,
are your
it's
thoughts?
a very tough division, but I think that the Dolphins have a lot of weapons and a lot of talent, and they can make things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving forward to the Devils as well, obviously from Jersey. Definitely having a decent playoff run. Running into the Canes, losing 4-1 in the second round there. Do you have a lot more? Are you excited about the season coming forward? What are your thoughts on that?
I think the Devils have a lot of potential. They should be able to build off it. I think the Devils are maybe a year or two away from winning a championship.
Are you happy with that Timo Meyer contract? Do you think that was
Yeah.
a fair ticket, or
Yes, I think it is. I think it's a very good contract, team friendly. Um,
Yeah, locks him up for his prime as well. You like to see
Yes.
that.
So
How-
you think that you're poised then for a cup within the next year or two?
Yes.
Well,
I think
over.
I think the Devils are where the Avalanche were in 2019, 2020.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
I mean, even when it comes to your goaltending situation and everything, feeling comfortable with that.
That might be where we had to try to find something. Maybe Kira Schmidt it ends up being good.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Could be. Bird, you had something you were going to say there?
Oh, that's exactly what I was gonna ask. Like, how you feeling about the goaltending situation? You know, like Vanacek is great, but
I mean, they both showed signs.
Yeah.
Vanchek and the defense. They got some rookies coming up, Simone Nemec and Luke Hughes. They both can add improve the defense. I think Luke Hughes
Yeah.
really showed some signs in the limited amount of games he played after joining the team late in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for us as Leafs fans over here, I mean, we like to also think that we're a year or two out from.
Yeah, we've been saying that for quite a few years now, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's I mean to have that confidence, that's great. But you know, you really don't know where you're heading until the first half of the season at least, and to be able to get your bearings. But you guys are definitely poised and set up in the right direction there. But really, we wanted to get you some insights here on the current MLB season right now. Obviously, you're a big Mets fan. We all know it. Just even dating back to some of the some of the successes that the Mets had, the '86 World Series. Obviously, you were able to experience it. What's it been like, Mets fan, over the years? It's been a lot of lows and some highs. So
it's been a few highs and just low after low after low after low, letdown after letdown.
Yeah, and this season seems to be
the pain and suffering never end.
Yeah. Man,
always teasing, never pleasing.
Yes, always teasing, never pleasing.
I feel that.
Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, for the Jays, I feel like we're just, sometimes we're just excited to be a part of it. We've strung together some decent seasons, but haven't been able to make it past that second round as well. But for quite some time. But this season in particular, you guys were looking like you were poised to at least take the division. And I don't. Something's amiss here. And like, what are your thoughts on how this Mets season has been going? And how do you feel now going into the second half of the season?
Not good.
Obviously, loaded question, but
not good at all. It's not been good. It's been just a horrendous, horrific, just total bust of a season.
What do you think is attributed towards that?
Everything. Everything.
Is it specifically bullpen? Or are you talking just
the total team absolute friggin' failure,
top to bottom? Yeah,
top to bottom.
I gotta say,
every player, it seems, is having a every player seems like is having a down season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I've been nervous about bringing this up. I haven't wanted to trigger anything here, but it's been kind of along the same sort of lines as some other teams that look like they were poised to actually have a great run at it. And now going into the second half of the season, we do want to touch on some of your thoughts on whether or not teams should be buyers or sellers at the deadline that is rapidly approaching. And we'll start off with your Mets. Would you say that they should buy at the deadline, trade, or sell at the deadline? What are your thoughts for the second half?
The focus should be next year, rebuilding the bullpen so this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Don't make any stupid trades. Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, don't fuck it up like you fucked it up last year.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. That's I can tell that you've been worn out a bit here, and it's as simple, just sell, maybe retain some some key talent, obviously, but don't make any stupid trades. And try and gain some assets within that as well from other farm leagues. Moving forward, so a team that might be kind of in the same sort of boat, thinking that they might be having a great season, and then obviously nowhere where they need to be. Padres, buyers or sellers?
Sellers. They've put so many resources in. They just got to hope that whatever happens could fix itself. They're much like the Mets in so many ways. They have to answer some tough questions coming up. While the Mets definitely can retool, I am not sure of what the Padres' problem is. They might to me. I think they got to send away somebody. One of those big name players. Maybe it's Soto you get rid of. Maybe it's Tatis. I think they're top heavy.
Yeah.
I think that's the Padres is.
It's weird to think that they might actually shop Soto at the deadline, especially because they just got him as well. And that, do you think that they would?
I don't think they can get what they can. I don't think they can get what they can get in the offseason. So I don't see Soto moving.
No. Maybe potentially a Tatis, although he's playing pretty great as well since returning to the squad as well. Potentially Machado. I mean, those are definitely options to look at as well to see what they can get in return. But yeah, I agree. I mean, like it's been a complete letdown of a season for them as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are somewhat sellers at the deadline. Moving along, a team that is right in the thick of it right now, Cubs. What are your thoughts? Are you buying or are you selling if you're the Cubs?
I wouldn't buy it from the Cubs. I'd probably lean to selling. The only reason that they're in the race is because of how bad the Central is, and I just don't know if they're sustainable.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So would you say maybe even stand pat and just kind of see where the rest of the season pans out for them?
They got some players on 1-year contracts. They could maybe help them land some big name players.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. Fair enough.
No. So yeah. And then speaking of that division, let's go over to the Reds as well, who have been playing pretty great as of recently. Obviously, having some good team chemistry. Is this where you sort of buy or sell? Because this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Orioles last year, where it's like they're on that sort of.
I buy, but I don't spend. I don't go. Don't go guns blazing. I buy if I could get it cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, are you looking more for beefing up your pitching or rounding out your beefing up the pitching? Yeah, that's what seems to make most sense for them. I think your starting 9 is great, so I wouldn't mess around with that. Moving along, let's just tackle the AL East and starting off with our Blue Jays. What are your thoughts on there? And this is a loaded question for us because, I feel like we've been underachieving a little bit this season as well. We've been playing a little bit better baseball as of late, even though we just dropped the series to the Mariners. What are your thoughts? Blue Jays, buyers or sellers? Let's get into it.
They're like the Reds, buy, but don't spend too much.
Yeah. Potentially looking at some pitching prospects. I mean, we just traded for the lefty from St. Louis as well. I definitely like bolstering our bullpen. Are you focusing more on the starting rotation as well? Because there's been some questions around Manoah and Ryu coming back from injury.
They definitely could use a starter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're the Blue Jays, who are you targeting?
Maybe a reunion Marcus Stroman.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, like for me, that's been a question as well, whether or not you want that Stroman reunion. That's been some buzz around that, but it's almost like there was a soiled relationship between him and front office already.
Well, that's just because who Marcus Stroman is. He is. He's a bridge burner.
Yeah. So is that really what you want if you're going to the trade deadline and you're going for?
That's up to the Blue Jays to decide.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah, I mean, I think if our bats can stay alive, there's not much I would really change to our hitting. Maybe getting maybe getting a bigger bat, maybe a DH of sorts. Just to be able to fill that lineup out. I think we're pretty good positionally, especially if we just stay healthy in that sense. But yeah, being able to add an extra starter, which be able to give Gosman and Bassett and the old Bassett Hound some rest days as well. I think being able to bolster our starting lineup or our starting rotation would probably be best interest for us. Moving along, man, this division is just always crazy. But let's go Yankees, who are just obviously in it. What are your thoughts here? What do you think? Buyers or sellers?
They're buyers.
There always are.
They always are.
Yeah. If you're buying, what are you buying? What are you shopping for?
A bat.
Yeah, they've definitely misjudged for a bit. So
Yeah.
Definitely need to be able to bolster up their hitting there as well. I just fucking it's always just it's been so ridiculous being in this division, and always having to deal with the Yankees, especially at the deadline. Some players that have been rumored to be maybe going over towards the Jays seem to be swept up by the Yankees and scooped up there. So always just fucking annoying for a Blue Jay fan.
Oh yeah, so annoying.
Years. And let's move on to the Red Sox, who, you know what, they're interesting. They weren't looking too hot there for a bit, but they've been stringing together some wins. No, you're selling here.
I'm not selling. I'm standing pat.
Yeah, you're standing pat. You're not buying at all.
Yeah.
What's the reason for that?
I think that they've committed to a youth movement.
Yep.
And maybe they could get a spark if Trevor Story is able to come back for September.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They probably need some pitching. Their defense is brutal. Their defense is brutal.
Yeah.
And unless they catch lightning in a bottle, they don't have a shot to make playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of good teams that are in that race there. I mean, they need to count on the Yankees kind of plummeting a bit, and for them.
The Yankees have plummeted. The Red Sox are in fourth. The Yankees are in last.
Yes, but like they need that more of that to happen, and maybe some unlucky games for the Jays as well. So
they needed Jays to slip.
Yeah, they need the Jays to slip. That's not in our fucking best interest at all. So, I mean, because matchup wise, I feel like we've been okay against them this year. So we'll just have to wait and see. So moving along, the Orioles, which has been insane. What do you do? I mean, I feel like you're a buyer. And
yes.
Where do you buy? What are you looking for? Because now they've taken over first in the
pitcher. So. You look for a pitcher.
Yeah, of what kind of caliber? What pitcher is fitting into your rotation?
You try to get a big name.
Yeah, get some sort of a big name. Lefty maybe. Yeah, that's definitely a team that's buying there. It's crazy. I mean, I was going to include the Rays, but then like they never do anything. So the Orioles I think are in a position here definitely to buy. They are scary. Just even with when it came to their over under for win totals this year, I thought that was a very easy over, and they're proving our point here. So Orioles definitely buyers at the deadline here. And finally, it's all the buzz when it comes to socials. Everyone's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with Ohtani and the dumpster fire that is the Angels as well. What are you doing? Are you buying? Are you selling? You're holding on to Ohtani, obviously, but what is going on here? Are you gonna stand pat? You selling, buying?
If you could get like a king's ransom for Ohtani, you do it. If not, you do your best to try to sign him.
Yeah,
and just go forward.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, it's just that's unless you can get like a stupid return for him. There's really nothing. You got to be able to try and retain it at all costs. But that's just always just such a confusing situation with them. It's they have two of the best players in baseball, and they can never figure anything out. One more time, Frank the Tank again joining us here on the show here at DB2. I wanted to throw in this one little quick game because I noticed that you guys have been trying to figure out what year the lineups are from. So I threw one in for us here. Let's
All
see.
right, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. Let's take a look here.
All right. I can't see it.
There we
I
go.
still can't see it.
Nope.
Well, these two teams wouldn't be playing each other.
No, they wouldn't be playing each other. No, I decided to keep it for the Blue Jays and the Mets here.
This is 1993.
Yep, correct. Obviously, that is our World Series Blue Jays here. Obviously, I just wanted to be able to keep it with our teams here, and
well, Ryan Thompson was a prospect the Mets got, never
Mhm.
panned out, and Jeff Kent didn't get good until he left the Mets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
both of them we got from the Blue Jays.
Yep, that's the other Easter egg in there too. So wanted to be able to test you there. I knew it was going to be a layup for you, but I just wanted to keep it to our two teams here. But then again, one more time here for Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, man, thank you so much for jumping on the show and taking a couple minutes out of your busy day and chatting some baseball with us. And we'll love to have you back on, man.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate
you take care,
it.
brother.
All right.
Cheers.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Hi. Wow, you made it. You're still there. If you're watching this, congratulations. You made it through a very, very TAFE interview. It was so TAFE that I think I'm just gonna break my keto diet and actually have a beer here because man, that was Frank the Tank from Barstool Sports. So cheers.
Yeah, that was very hard for us.
Here's the thing.
We're not the type of people to really let a conversation die, but that was next to impossible.
You know what? I mean, like everyone has it is what it is. People are tired, that sort of thing. But you can always count on us to give it a good old college try, you know. So cheers to you, Frank, and to Barstool and what have you. But yeah, that's our show. Oh wait, no, it's not. We're gonna get into ding 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 DB2 bets. There it is. Make sure you hop on BetStamp. Download the app. It's fucking free. Do it and follow along with our picks and make sure that you're keeping track of all of our wins and losses. We've been having some people that have been calling us out for some of our bad picks. So hey, look, our record is pretty damn good right now. I think we're something like 24-28. I got to get the actual number down, but we've been pretty good over the last few weeks. So
yeah, like so sorry that one or two of them didn't hit.
And those are
I hope you didn't mortgage your house on that.
And those are the ones that we hear about. It's just like they never want to say, "Oh, good pick," when we pick 4 straight.
Oh, you guys are on a 4-week heater. Yeah, no.
And then you
no
pick
mention of
Mookie Betts
that.
to beat Vladdy in the first round of the home run derby. Then it's like, yeah, sorry, bad pick. Still hit a couple of the other ones too. So hey, whatever. We got a couple more picks for you here. I'm gonna start off with a couple diamond picks for you here. This is just me going off what has been working for me, which is hitting that motherfucking under. The unders have been pretty good to me, and what I've been doing is just checking out some of the
I really got to get in on
the
this.
unders have been all right, man. What I do is I look for the run totals that are set at the highest. For example, this Twins and Royals under 9.5 runs. Best odds are found on FanDuel. Again, found that on BetStamp. It's just what's been working for me. I find pretty decent pitching matchups that have high over unders. In this case, it's 9.5 runs. Look, Sonny Gray's been pitching amazing this year for the Twins, and Singer's not half bad either. And these teams generally, the Twins have a better offense, but the Royals are not a good offensive team. Their bats can heat up a little bit, but 9.5, I think that's going to be safe for the most part. If it goes over, it goes over. But for the most part, the unders, I think I've been clocking them in at around 70% win totals for my unders. So There it is. That's my first pick.
That's so
Twins
good.
Royals under 9.5 runs. And then the next one that I have here is the A's and Rockies under 11 runs.
11.
11 DraftKings. Look, there isn't any magic behind this. These are just
The A's and the
there's
Rockies
just
too. Oh
two
my god.
very doo-doo teams. They are very, very bad. They're the last place basically in both American and the National League. They can't hit for shit. But the problem is they also can't pitch either. So I mean, I think 11 runs is very, very high. I remember picking the Mets and the Rockies when they had that at 11.5 runs. The ball carries more in Coors Field out there in the Rockies. So maybe that's why it's always set so high. But these two teams cannot hit, so I don't understand 11 runs. I mean, if it's 11, if I see double digits, I kind of like to hammer that. So yeah, look
Yeah.
for those good pitching matchups. You got a good pitching matchup with the Jays and the Angels as well. That's set at 8.5. I would definitely take a look at Gosman's strikeouts. Over on the strikeouts, which has really been hitting a lot. Those odds aren't set right now, so we're not including that on the show. But they also picked up Lucas Giolito, who was just traded over from the White Sox to the Angels. So Angels no longer sellers; they're looking like buyers here going into the deadline. So that's a pretty good matchup. I would take a look at the pitching over and unders there. But yeah, that's set at 8.5. I would like the under on that too, but we're going to stick with our A's and Rockies under as well. Another good matchup that we saw was the Phillies and oh no, not that one. That one actually would be okay. We got Dunning and Musgrove with the Rangers and Padres together, so that one's also set at 8.5. So just find those good pitching matchups and try and under, and then maybe go on the over for the total strikeouts. So that's my little spiel there when it comes to MLB over unders. Birdman.
Been working.
Been working, man. Been working, and it's been getting us through the dog days of summer here. So, Bird, you got our very first ever WNBA pick, and I'm very, very excited for this. You've been following WNBA a lot, something that I've wanted to get into more as well, as everyone should. So you have yourself a pick here. Bit of an interesting situation because they're on a back-to-back, but you have the New York Liberty. Talk to us about this.
Yeah. Listen, the Liberty are easily the favorites to come out of the East and make the finals if they can get past the Connecticut Sun. I mean, I don't see a reason why they shouldn't. They loaded up in the off season. They got Brianna Stewart, who's like she's not the reigning MVP, but she's an MVP caliber player every year. She's unbelievable. Pair her with Sabrina Ionescu, who is in that same caliber. They're loaded. The Lynx are pretty shit. They're like a 500 team. So even on the back to back, I think they're gonna take care of business. It's an easy dub. 13.5 is a little high, so if it shifts, I would pounce on it as quick as
Yeah.
possible.
Because most of them are set at 14 and a
And
half, and we were able to find 13.5 on Pro Line
yeah,
Plus.
exactly.
So
Yeah, so hopefully bring some more WNBA picks before the season's over. I got into it pretty heavy because I love basketball, and once the NBA is over, like I'm still craving
yeah.
it, and it's a fantastic league, man. Like it's
yeah.
just growing.
It
The
is growing.
talent's just getting better and better every year, and it's still fun to watch for me. And I know people hate on it, and I don't really get the hate,
Nope.
but I think that says a lot about other people than it does the sport.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, man,
Here. I agree.
it's a fantastic league to watch, man, and I've been paying close attention. So I'm gonna go with that one, and I'm feeling pretty good about it.
And there's still been some hype about Toronto potentially getting a WNBA team,
Yeah,
which would be
yeah, totally.
incredible.
I think it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, honestly, because like all leagues, they're gonna expand, and Toronto has a great basketball market.
And then we'll
so-
get our media credentials for there, and then we'll be covering WNBA games, which will be
There you go.
really exciting. Just to give you a sneak peek as well, we're going to be going down and covering a lot more sports live and giving you some more betting odds when it comes to that as well. But just a lot of more behind the scenes coverage from a lot of different sports. So stay tuned. We're going to be releasing that in the next few weeks. But then again, please keep us honest and check our wins and our losses by checking out the BetStamp app, as that's where we go and keep all of our receipts, all of our tickets. And then
the receipts are
the
there.
haters are gonna hate, and it's we got the proof to back it up. So there it is. Follow along and all of the different advanced metrics on that. But without any further ado, Birdman, that's it. That's our first episode back with a new fresh feel. Love you, buddy. Love you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Available on YouTube now, as well as all streaming platforms for where you get your podcasts. Talk to you guys next week. We got another amazing guest coming back, and see you then.